Hola, everybody. Okay, so here you have a little video to make up for the class that I missed today. I apologize for that. It's a long story. I will not bother you with it. But here I am at the library recording a video for you. It's actually not a big deal that today we missed the lecture, although I'm going to give you the lecture the same way. The only thing is that we're not going to do the activities together, but that's okay because it's not really a very difficult subject. So what happens is that today we're going to take a look at the part of the lesson 9, that talks about this verbs that in the present tense, they mean one thing, and in the preterite, they mean a completely different thing. Well, not really completely, I shouldn't say completely. Sometimes it's very similar, you'll see. Mind you, when I do this, or I touch this subject, I usually very much prefer to do it once we've done lesson 10, but that doesn't happen here with Spanish 102, that when we look at the comparison of the two past tenses, the imperfect and the preterite, which you will see next lesson, it's a little bit more clear than comparing it to the present tense. But you'll see it's not bad. It's just that basically with 102, they just want to compare it to what you've done so far. Present, 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 then you went to the preterite. Okay, now we're going to compare these. There's about 6 or 7 of them. They give you only 4 in this lesson, so that's good. So it's really a lecture about vocabulary, so it's really not a big deal. Okay, so I'm glad that this happened when in a lesson that it's just not really difficult. And actually, the good news is that the rest of this lesson is also very easy. You will see. So these verbs, before I go to the board, are saber, conocer, poder, and querer. Okay. We know the meaning in the present tense. So saber, as you did a while ago, is to know facts or information. Yo sé que viniste. I know that you came. Yo sé cómo te llamas. I know what you're called. Okay. Whereas conocer was to be acquainted or familiar with something or somebody. Yo conozco a María. I know her. Okay, the trick here is that in English, saber y conocer, they're both to know. So in English, they're the same verb. With another one with conocer, could be with a place. Conozco la Ciudad de México. So if you have been to Mexico City and you know it, you say conozco la Ciudad de México. So that's a little bit of review of your saber and conocer. Now, you have the verb poder, which means to be able to. Yo puedo ir al parque. I can go to the park. Okay. And then querer, to want. Quiero ir al parque. I want to go to the park. Okay. And now we're going to take these guys and we're going to put them in the preterite. And you will see sort of like a change of vocab, like a new dictionary sort of thing. They're going to mean something different. Some of them is quite different. Some of them is a little similar. You'll see, huh? Some of the verbs that work this way are tener, okay? Just to give you one more, for example, tener, que in the present tense, we know that it means to have. And then this lady passing by is distracting me because she just keeps passing by back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so, but when you put it in the preterite, it means to get or receive something like good news or bad news or something. So, okay, so let me show you a little bit. Sorry, guys, I couldn't be with you today. Long and boring story. All right, there's my marker. Now today, because I'm making this a video, I'm actually going to be able to zoom in when I use the iMovie app. I'll be able to zoom in and you'll be able to see this a little closer. Huh? So here we are. Yeah, you can see. Okay. So we have querer. poder, okay. Saber and conocer. Okay. So now we know what these guys mean in the present tense, so we're going to put them in the preterite. Put it in Spanish here today. The preterito. So you're going to say, yo quise, one of those irregulars that we learned the other day, yo quise, yo quise. So what that will mean now, I know that in the present tense it means I want. So when you put it in the preterite, yo quise, it means that you wanted, sort of, okay, but really, what it really means is that you actually tried. Yeah? So the main basic meaning is, yo quise ir al cine. For example, let's say you invited somebody to a party and they didn't come, and you go and tell them, oh, I really tried to go, but I couldn't because my car broke down, blah, blah, something. This is when you would use yo quise. Now, the other one that you would use if you just wanted to say I wanted would be the other past tense that we're going to learn in lesson 10. So you're going to say yo quería. That's why I like to compare the two that I just said, right? Yeah, I just feel like I'm really far away. So when you compare it to the two past tenses, the ones that we're going to see in lesson 10, that's when you see, oh, okay, I can say I want it in the past tense. Yes, you can, but you're going to use the other one. You're going to say yo quería. Now, in this one, when you say it in the present tense, and in that quería, which is the imperfect, it means to want. Once you put in the preterite, it means that you want it, but you actually really tried. So you're telling your friends, yo quise ir a la fiesta, pero no pude. That means that you actually tried. You were going to the party, right? Okay. And something happened. Now, yo pude, it will get the connotation that you could, pude, okay, that would be like a regular, huh? But it really means I managed. So this one here is very similar to be able to, you know, because it really means I could, you know, I could do that. Like I managed to finish my homework or something. Huh? So finalmente pude acabar mi tarea. Okay, so pude acabar mi tarea. So when you're saying pude acabar mi tarea, you're actually saying I actually managed. Another way to put it would be I actually succeeded. Mm-hmm. So it means manage and succeed. Huh? Actually, let me put that there. Mm-hmm. I succeeded. Now, saber, you're going to put it in the prayer and say yo supe, as we know, it's one of these funny ones, yo supe. So yo supe, this one changes quite a bit, although it does mean I knew for the first time. I mean, no, you're guessing. I found out. So because you knew for the first time, because remember that the preterite was like something very precise, that it happens at a precise moment. It's also regarded as something that's a completed action, finished, rounded up, done, okay? So that's why saber, when you say I know or whatever, yes, I know what your name is, or what this is, yo supe, again, your name was, that would be I found out what your name was. Huh? Yo supe, ¿cómo te llamabas? Huh? Found out. And then conocí, this is the one that's probably most obvious. When you say you meet someone for the first time, or actually I should say you know someone for the first time, because conocer is to know someone, right? So when you put in the past tense or preterite, you say yo conocí. So you're basically saying you met this person. Not that you know them, but you met them. And here's another example of when I like to compare the preterite to the imperfect, which we're going to see in lesson 10, is that when you say, no sé, cuando estaba en la universidad, yo conocía a la profesora Simons, like I knew her. But then when you say, cuando estaba en la universidad, yo conocí a la profesora Simons. I met her. And that's why I like to compare it to past tenses. In lesson 10, we're going to take a look at those. Okay. So this one is I met. Yeah. So thank goodness for iMovie, because then when I edit this, I'm going to just make it, shrink it a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Okay. Alrighty. It's funny because when I have you right there, I don't really notice people so much going by. But today that I'm filming this, I don't know, I just feel like people are staring. Yeah. I want to go like, hello. All right, so that's good. And I know that also you can take, which you probably do already, a screenshot once it's done and like expand it, huh? That's great. So that's pretty much it for that. And then let me just go back to where I usually use show. Okay, there you go. So I just wanted to show you really quickly if there's anything. Oh yeah, I did forget something. Okay, so we're in 9.2. And these are your examples. Now let me show you real quick one thing that I forgot. Actually, it's not here, but it will show up in one of the examples that we do here. Like, for example, in one of the exercises, which we would have done today together, this one says, no quise hablar con él. When you actually put no in front of the querer in the past tense, no quise, it's a little stronger than it doesn't really mean, I should say, it means I tried, but when I say no, it doesn't mean I didn't try. They don't say it here, and it's funny because then they give you an example to use it. No quise means I refused. Yeah? No quise means I refused. Vale? So I was just going to type it here, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Let me see if there's anything in the activities that I remember, because I've already. In this one here, just remember Isla de Pascua is actually Easter Island. Just remember to put the little words in between. Okay, so, for example, you talk to Eva, hablar con Eva, so you have to put with, you speak with someone. Then páginas amarillas, those are the yellow pages. That's funny because, sometimes they show like really old things. And then remember also when you have something like divorciarse, then you have to conjugate that divorciarse and then say, so we found out, saber in the preterite, that Carlos and Eva got divorced. So se divorciaron, because everything will go in the preterite tense. Okay, so let me just stop the share. So that's pretty much it. So it's going to be a very short video. So, but at least you guys have my mini lecture. And as usually, I tell you, email me if you have any questions, whatever it is. I'm always there with the emails. And I apologize again that I couldn't give you my lecture today. But I will see you next Monday when we will actually pretty much, I'm not sure, I have to check the syllabus, but I think that we're going to finish lesson 9, because next one, I think I can squeeze in 9.3 and 9.4 because they're really two very easy little things to finish up, okay? And that's really it. We're on April 7th. So amazingly enough, I think that we have something like 4 what classes left? 5, I don't know, but it's amazing how this semester goes by, okay? All right, so let me know if you need anything. Hasta luego.